So now let's continue. I shared, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead now. So we are talking about string. Maybe we'll extend a little, just 10 or 20 minutes today, just to cover up whatever we missed in this hiccup today. So now you can see my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Not yet.
No, sir, not it, not it.
Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah. We are here talking about string. We'll just quickly recap that what we just had discussed. So we talk about string. We know this, how to declare a string in Python. We can declare string in two ways. Like we can declare string in three ways in Python, in single quotes, double quotes, and triple quotes. Single quotes and double quotes are used to declare single line strings, and triple quote is used to declare multi-line strings, or it can also be used to declare comments and doc strings. So now, what is a string here? Actually, if someone asks what exactly is a string, first thing is string is a built-in class in Python. It is a predefined or built-in class. And if we start discussing about string, we need to understand first internal structure of a string. Okay. So suppose I declare a string like this, S1 equal to BI data type, right? Any string in Python, not only just string, any data structure, sequential data structure. So actually, if you just go little deep into string, string is a linear data structure in Python or a sequential data structure. And if any sequential or linear data structure in Python have indexing. Suppose you take the example of this. This is a string here, BI data type, and the indexing will starts from 0, ends with size -1. And also it has both positive indexing and negative indexing. And the indexing starts with 0 and ends with size -1. That is one thing. There is another indexing. What is that indexing? It is something like it starts with, suppose if size of string is -n, it starts with -n, -10. Suppose the length of this string is 10. The index starts with -10. So if it is difficult for you, you can do one thing. By default, the last rightmost character, rightmost character starts with -1. Then it is -2. Then it is -3. Then it is -4. And this goes till what? This negative indexing goes till -10. Let me put like this, -10. So here, this is how it would be, friends. This negative indexing. You got it right, friends? So any string in Python, any string in Python has this indexing. So what is that? It has an indexing. This is two-way indexing. We have either positive and negative indexing. And it's up to you. Once you get that clear idea, once you get a clear picture about indexing, which one you to choose, if I should use positive indexing or negative indexing, or you can use, if you want to use both mixed, even that is possible. We can use anything, friends. It's up to you once you are clear. But this is how a string is represented internally in Python, right? So how is it, how is it stored in memory? It's when we declare a string, it is stored in the form of indexes here. You can see here. And also important thing is it is a linear data structure or a sequential. It's like, simply speaking, if you are from C, C++, Java, it is like an array, but it is a character array. Simply speaking, string is nothing but a character array in other languages. That's why it has indexing. But in C, C++, or Java, we have only positive indexing. This indexing concept is same even in other languages. But they don't have negative indexing. What is there? That is where Python is different from other languages. We have both positive and negative. Always the positive index starts with 0, ends with size -1. Negative starts with, sorry friends, -n and ends with -1. So this is the idea, friends. This is the idea about indexing now. Now the next thing, extracting how to read a character from a string. Extracting a character, sorry. So once you get this clear idea, what is string? Wow, we know about declaring strings. This is the indexing thing, extracting a character from a string. Okay. How do you extract? For that, the syntax is, let's have a quick syntax. This is something like your string var name. In brackets, you just use a index here, apply index. If you want to just extract a character, this is the simple syntax. Suppose your string name is S1. Suppose I want to extract just some character here. Simply how I can do example. Something like S1 of 0. This gives me what? This gives me B. S1 of 1. This gives me what? I. Okay. Suppose S1 of -1. What is that I get here? I get a H here. S1 of something like -4. I get that something in the fourth index. Okay. -4 means I probably it should be capital T, something like that. And this is how what we can apply indexing on a string here. And these indexes are very useful even to apply something called slicing. There is another beautiful topic on these linear data structures, not just only on string. We have string as a linear data structure, list is a linear data structure, tuple is a linear data structure. On all these linear data structures, whichever has indexing, we can apply slicing. That is something really useful for you when you are working on your data engineering. You got it right, friends? This is the idea. All of you are fine with this, right? So now, let me just go to the prompt here, Python prompt, or your direct this thing. Let's open our PyCharm. Just opening, friends, opening PyCharm. Yeah. So just create one new package. If you want, you can continue. It's up to you. But for me, I generally create a separate package for every topic. Okay. Every new concept or topic. Okay. Python package. Just create it as a string handling something. I put all my string programs here. Now Python file string intro. Now this is a string here. Let us take a string here, something like BI data tech. Okay, this is my string here. Now you can see we had a clear discussion about indexing. What is that? It has a positive indexing and a negative indexing. Both. Now what is that you do? Suppose X. Now after that, we know about checking type all that. Now again, I am not getting into that discussion. So and we are very clear. So a linear data structure has what here in Python? Data structure has indexing. It's more like, simply speaking, arrays. Like how we have arrays in C, C++ or Java, similar to that here. If you don't know that array thing, no problem. Don't worry. Just ignore that. Here, any linear data structure has indexing, just as discussed. Now, I am trying to extract data, reading data from a string. So how can I do? Let me show you different approaches of extracting data. Extracting data or characters from a string. Okay, how do you do that? Already we had discussed it has indexing. That indexing, we had already mentioned that what is that? Some 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you have 10, even 11, depends on size. As this has 10 characters, it starts with 0, ends with n minus 1, 9. Similarly, we have negative indexing. It starts with -1, -2, -3. It keeps going till -10 because number of characters here are what, friends? -10. Okay, just keep this in mind. Now let's apply extraction. One thing is getting character by character. So suppose you can see here, you can just directly print here, friends. Print of S1 of 0. Again, print of S1 of 1, S1 of 2. This keeps going, friends. Something like that, just enough. Also, let's apply negative indexing. This is extracting through positive indexing. Now let's apply S1 of -1, -2. Okay. And then -3, like this. Okay. Let's run this and test and observe the output. Let's run this now. So I just need to put this in comment. The reason is whenever you put something like this, add that in comments, single line comments. Hash is single line comment. We know, all of us know this. Now run this, it will work. No issues with that. Now you can see here. So BAD first 3, 0, 1, 2. And again, I try to extract last 3 characters, which starts with -1. So we have what is that? HCE. So this is indexing, friends. This is how indexing is in Python. I hope this is clear. A positive and negative indexing. And we can apply both to extract characters from a string. This is approach 1. Approach 2. What is approach 2? Approach 2 is simple, friends. Uh, Iterating a string. So what is that we do? We iterate a string here. Okay. For that, we use fr here for some ch in S1, some character. What do we mean is, so you know this for thing yesterday we had discussed. We apply this for to extract or this iterator because this string is a data structure. We know that, or a collection. It has group of character C and that too it has indexing as well. Even if we have indexing or not, this is a collection. When something is a collection or it is having some group of values, then we can apply iterator on that collections in Python. That too, that this for loop. Now I am passing string S1 to that as source. And every time this iterator iterates, this loop iterates, one character from string is copied to ch and we print that. So let's apply that print of ch. Now run this, friends. Right click, run. Now you can see here. Right. This anyhow, if you want, you can comment this, or else you can see from where we are getting actual string output. Here you can see BI data tech. We got complete. We are iterating the complete string again one more time through iterator. This is the output for second time. Maybe you can add a print here for this. What is that? Print. Simply just add something. Printing through for or something. Just through for loop. This should work for us, friends. Okay, see. Now you can see here, we can see all that string is iterated character by character. You got it right. This is approach to friends. You can follow any of these two things when you are working on strings. Okay. Either, what is it, friends? Either try to extract each character from through index here or by applying iterator. There is another approach of extracting strings. What is that approach extracting strings? That is through slicing. That is what we should understand. So you all of you are clear on this, right? About this indexing, about how to extract, apply index, how to iterate a string, all that. Now, once we are clear on this, the next thing we should discuss here is slicing. What is it? Slicing a string. Then we talk about methods of string class. And then maybe we'll see a couple of projects, mini projects on strings, and then jump to the next data structure. But these are all very important. What is a slice? Slice is extracting a piece from a string, or technically that piece is called a substring. Extracting a substring or part of a string. So this is sub actually. Substring of a string. Okay. Suppose you have a string like this. So what is it? Okay, let's continue with the same thing. So in this, first let's see the syntax of slicing. Slicing is this, friend. Slice means, you know, right? Mango slices, apple slices. What is the meaning of simple slice? Meaning of slice is extracting a piece. That is what a slice is, right? Sorry, friends. Same thing. Even that slice thing is applicable even to our string as well. Okay. Means if you want to apply slicing, the syntax is this. What is that? That variable name, that string variable, var name of start index. Okay. Colon end index. Okay. Colon. This is one thing. So we have to mention, if you want to extract a part of a string or a slice of a string, you should mention that start and end of that string. That substring, otherwise end of that substring. We will see that all this with examples, nothing to worry here. This is one style. Another style is same thing. You can also add step like in range function. What is that you can do, friends? You can include step. Okay. So step also can be included with the slice. This is style 2. We can use any of these two, friends. So generally we use most of the time this one, the first approach, first syntax. And in some cases, we might use this second one. Okay, anything should be fine. First, I have a clear idea. Later on, we can decide which one to use, either the first style or second style or both, wherever you need. That we can decide later. But this is the syntax. And it is very easy to extract. Suppose you can see here. So now, next thing is applying slicing. Okay. So what is this slicing here? This is your string. BI data text, suppose. Now I want to split this string into three substrings. So my string is this, friends. What is this string? Sorry. My string is this one. Okay, BI data text. Okay. I want to split this into three strings. What is that? One is BI. Second one is data. Another one is text. I want to split into three slices. How many slices? Three slices. Then how do I do that? Simple. First, you should know the start and end index of BI. By default, this index of B is 0 and I is 1. And you have to specify 2. The end index should be +1. If your string is 2, then if it is ending with 1, you have to mention till 2 so that 2 is excluded. Similarly, data. If you want data, first you should know the index of D and TA here. Or otherwise, how much length from D you want to extract, that you should be very clear. How much, so again, we should get index of T and how much length you want to extract after T. That you should be clear. There are different ways of slicing, right? So now let's apply slicing now. This is the syntax. Same like a kind of applying a range thing, but this gives you slice here, friends. So if you want to apply extract a substring, mention or specify start index of that, end index of that. Not exactly end index +1 you say, simply for more clarity. +1. Suppose BA is there, the start index is 0, end index is 1, then you have to mention +1 means still 2, so that it extracts these first 2 characters. Okay, let's apply that. So let's apply slicing. So we know already we had declared string there. S1 is this C. BA data type is already declared. So we have this already. So let's do a slicing on that. First thing, S1 of 0:, what is that? 2. If you put 1, it gives just only B, friends. So we have to put 2. So it takes till 0 to 1 and 2 is excluded. It won't consider 2 second index. Don't think that we get 3 characters. We just only get 2 characters. End index is excluded, not included. You got it right? So print this. Print. So this is giving us BI. Again, print of and D starts in from second index. So what is that I should do? S1 of 2:, and after that you can add till 4 characters. 2 plus 4, 6. Okay. So you can mention 6 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1. I told you, right? Take up to 6. So that it reads till 5. 2 to 5. So that you get 4 characters. 2 to 5 means 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 characters. Now what is the index of T? Index of T is 6. So now third string, extracting third slice. 6 to 10. And this is how we can apply slicing. And there are different things. We'll come one by one. Okay. There are so many things you need to know here. Okay. So this is how you can split a substring in Python through slicing. All we need here is just to how to split what start index, what end index we should pass. That should be clear for us. But with this discussion, it should be very clear for all of you because we had a very clear discussion on this, how we can split what should be start, what should be end. Always end should be an index more. It should be +1, not just exactly where the string ends, but it should be a little more than that. That is one character, one index more, +1. Just a minute. Okay. That's how this is. Let me run this now. See, we got BI, data, and tech. Three slices. We split this string into 3 slices strings. Got it? So this is how we can apply slicing. Again, suppose you can apply negative slicing. Suppose I want tech from backside. What is that I can do? I can take, you can see sir, now again. Now you see, if you want to apply negative slicing. So what I can do? Here S1 of minus, let me just apply that, minus 4 to minus 1. Let's try this. Okay. Now run this again. See, we got just, so here just then we will do one thing, put up to 0. We are missing on h here. See here, friends, because when I put minus 1 is excluding. So it takes minus 4 to iterates from minus 4 to minus 2 and minus 1 it excludes. So I am missing on h here. You can see here, friends, in the output. So do one thing, put till 0, then it iterates till minus 1, from minus 4 to minus 1. Okay, run this now. Yeah, can you see that? Not, it's not getting just a minute. It's missing on this, just a minute.
-1, right? Ending value.
Yes, just a minute. I just mentioned minus 1, it's missing on h actually. That's why there is another way, of course, we can get that. You can see here
We
it's
need to give
getting
-2, -2.
-2 means it's again it stops with just only with t. You just leave it like this.
I'll leave it like this. Yes, correct.
Yeah. You don't need to specify n. By default, it starts with -4 and it reads till the end of the string. So you don't need to mention n index when you are iterating the last part of a string or end part of a string. This should work for us. Okay, this is fine. This is working. But if you want to exactly specify that thing, I think it is not accepting 0. Means 0 means again, sorry. You see in the here actually why it's not working means, let me show you. If you put 0 again, it go to the start here. See, always slicing, just a quick tip for all of you friends, a simple and clear understanding. Extracting has to happen from left to right. That indexing you have to mention always from left to right. Okay, you might take -0 to minus 1, or otherwise -10 to 9. You can choose anything, but it should be from left to right. You try from right to, you give -1 to -3 or -4, it won't work. I put 0, right? 0 is the start index. From -1, if you put 0, we are saying that reversing a string. You got my point, friends? So, or -4, sorry, -4 to 0. -4 to 0 means what is the meaning of that? We are trying to extract, see, let me give you a clear idea. -4 is this one. T. It starts here. T starts with -4. See, got it right? It is in -4 index. Now I mentioned here, and 0 is this one. And means what? 0 to -4 is this BI data. You got it right. 0 is at the beginning, -4 is somewhere in the middle, or a bit ahead of middle. So in this case, if you want to get some slice, it has to be 0 to -4. It will work. But -4 to 0, it won't work. Reversing directly is not applicable. See, means what? -4 is this, 0 is this. You are going from right to left. That won't work in here. That won't work here. Left to right, 0 to -4 will work. You got it right, friends. So that's why the best thing is, this is one style. Of course, when you just mention start, and if you just leave it, it will try to get the rest of the string. You don't need to specify end index here. So that's why you are able to see the whole string. And if you end with -1, definitely it will exclude -1. It takes just 3 characters, first 3 characters from this. It will exclude -1, so we get only TEC here. To avoid that, the best thing here is, what is it, friends? This is allowed actually. Just mention the start of that end slice and just avoid end index. then what it does, it just starts with -4 and try to extract remaining part of substring. Automatically it will take till the end of the substring if you don't specify the end here. Only this is applicable when the string is at the end, is present at the end. Suppose in the middle, this won't work. If a string is in the middle, this kind of thing don't work, friends. We will come back. We'll come to all these different styles of slicing one by one. But as I started this, I want to get the whole string here from applying some negative indexing. Then we can just apply -4 and just leave it like that. You don't need to specify an index. It reads from -4 to the end of the string if you don't specify the end here. Now run this. Now I am able to get that complete string through negative indexing. Okay, see, this is, let's go one by one now. This is idea about slicing. You got it right. So other things about other hacks of slicing. Suppose you see here, I want to extract this string, this whole string from start to end. Then one approach is what? Print off. So let me add the statement as well. Extracting a string from start to end. One style. This is one requirement. So in this case, sorry friends, you can see, you can simply say what is that S1 of 0:10. This is style 1. Okay, this is, we know we have to specify start and end index. Another hack here, there is a hack for this. Hack means another tip. Here in this case, if you want to extract start to end, see friends, start to end, you can see this is something which I didn't specify any start or end. I just declared S1, just put colon. I didn't specify start, or I didn't specify end. Then run this now. See, run this. See here. This is a quick hack for you. This is a quick hack. Even this is allowed in Python. Run this. See, you get the whole string here as output. Even here also you got the whole string as output. Why? When you are reading a complete string, then you don't need to specify start index or end index. Just you put it like that. By default, it takes start and end index as their this thing. So it complete. This means we are saying same thing as this. We are asking to completely extract a whole string. You got it right. This is a quick hack one. Now again, suppose this is your string BI data tech, right? I want BI data, just BI data. Then we are actually doing a extraction of slice from the beginning of string somewhere in the middle, right? We starts with 0, ends with some 6, means +1, 7. We have to take, if the size is 6, the end index should be +1. It should be 7. Now you see friends, print out S1 of 0:7. This gives you what? BI data, right? Run this now. Just focus on the last output. Okay, so 6. So 0 to 5 gives you BI data, means 6 characters, and +1 you provide 6 here. 7 means it is going again over the expected string. Okay, so give up to 6. Now run this. We got BI data, right? So this is fine. Another quick hack for you. So what is that? In Python, if you just start with string and somewhere you are in the middle, then definitely you have to specify that middle index. We don't have a choice. But as you always start with the beginning of string, you don't need to specify start of string. If you don't mention start of string, means you are by default trying to extract a string, a substring from the beginning. Then it by default chooses that start index is as 0. 0, This is a quick hack again. So quick hack 2. Again, same thing, friends. We are stopping where we are stopping at 6. But one thing is, this is actually a substring. So definitely you have to specify and index here. As we are trying to extract somewhere a string to till the middle. So and index we must specify. But start is not needed because we are trying to extract first part of a string. So as the start always it by default chooses 0. Now run this. You can see same output, but we didn't mention start index. Again, one more. Suppose in this BI data tech, again, I just want data tech. I don't want BI, but I want data tech. See, you can see now. This is BI data tech. I want second a substring from middle of string. So I need data otherwise. Also, I need, these are my substrings which I want to extract now, data tech. We'll go data tech first and then we try to extract data so that you get that idea. So first, if you want data tech, now by now you should be clear, friends. What is that? Start with S1 of, the middle part. We need to extract from the middle. So we should specify the
2 colon.
correct 2 colon. That D starts with 2, 0, 1, 2 colon. This is enough. And rest of these we are extracting till the end, right? So we can skip specifying and index. This is enough. Of course, now we can specify 2 colon 10. This is fine. It goes from 2 till 9. 10 is excluded again. By now you should be very clear. Right? When we provide start index and end index is not inclusive, it is exclusive. So it goes from 2 to something minus just one step before that. So this is okay, one way. Second way, a quick hack again is, as someone mentioned, right? So here 2 to
Just
2
2
column. That's all, just 2 column. Yes. We don't need to specify again end index here because this we are starting from middle, and if you are extracting the rest of the substring, rest of the string, then just you don't need to specify the end index. Just run this now. We get the same output for both, but a quick hack is when you are extracting from middle to the rest of string and index, you don't need to specify, just leave it empty. Then it try to start from that index you are specifying and try and pull that rest of string for you as a slice. Okay, right, run this now. See, data tech. This is fine. First half of a string, second half of a string. There are quick things is if it is first half, you can ignore providing, you can skip providing the start index, but and my middle index should be there. Suppose you are trying to extract second half of a string, then you have to provide where you start, but you can skip providing the end. Similarly, suppose I want data, just data, I want exclusively this data slice. Then this time we don't have a choice. If something is exclusively in the middle, right, in the middle somewhere, then you must and should specify the start and end index. Okay, so in this case, if I want data, so what is the start of data? So it is 2, S1 of 2 colon, and length of data is 4. 2 plus 4, you can see 6. Till 6, you can iterate. Right? Now this gives here you must and should specify start index of a middle substring and end index of a middle substring. We don't have other hacks here. We cannot apply these hacks which we applied for where we got data tech or where we got that BI data. Okay, here when you are extracting a substring from the middle part, definitely we must specify start index and end index. We don't have a choice to skip anything. So run this now. Now you got data here. See. So this is all about doing different slicing, extracting different slices. Also, suppose combination of positive and negative slicings. Suppose I want just BA or BA data. See here. BA data means you can start with 0, ends with what? And still you can see here -4, I believe. BA data tech. So you can start with the 0 and then -4. Let's apply that. We can also have mixed this thing S1 of 0:-4. So right, run this now. So you got BI data. Suppose apply reverse. Suppose I want reverse. Let me just apply this. I pass -4:0. Okay. -4. You can see here now. This is -4 means where is that? This T starts with -4 and 0 is here. You can see here. Means what we are trying to extract -4 to 0 means we should get some this whole part, or at least till I, as per this thing, because 0 is excluded, right? But do you think default reverse is applicable here? Default reverse won't work. Let's run this and see. See what I am trying. I'm going with -4, which starts with T, ends with 0, means till I. 0 is excluded, right? So I should get something like these characters, which I highlighted here. Run this and see. And I am adding this, a reverse hack here. Will this work is the question. Let's run this and see. This won't work definitely. So we got till BI data tech, see here. Okay, it's not reversing. So maybe for a quick check, print reverse hack I'm writing here. Okay, run this now. We got reverse hack. We didn't get anything because this slicing, this is actually a not legal one. If you directly apply like this, it won't work. You got it right, friends. Suppose let me try a step here, negative step, because we are doing reverse kind of thing, right? See here. We are doing a reversing. Reversing means -4 to 0 means we are taking almost till this I. 0 is excluded. We know that. So in this case, it's a kind of reversing. Let's put -1. If we put -1, we are saying that we are reversing a string here. Right? Let's try this and see if this works now. See, this is working. Directly it won't work. You got it right, friends? This is a reverse thing, right? See here, you are reversing a string -4 to 0. This is a kind of reversing. In that case, this works. Also, if you want to get the complete string, start from -4, just skip this zero thing here. Now run this. It just try to get rest of this. You can see here. Even you got that missing character. If you put 0, 0 is excluded, right? So it takes -4 to -1. So sorry, -4 to 1 in reverse order. So if you are fetching something in reverse way, then you have to mention step here, negative step. Then this works. This reverse hack works. You got it right, friends? Similarly, suppose. So you can remove this if you want to get the whole substring in reverse from -4 to the end of string. Following, friends? Similarly, see, I think by now you got clarity how to play from left to right and right to left. Suppose I want to reverse whole string. So the easiest way, somebody asked somewhere in while doing our topic, reverse a whole string. Okay, how do you do that? Simple. S1 of : colon. So you know, right? If you are printing a string from start to end or end to start, you don't need to provide any start index or end index. We can skip that, but just we need to specify step. Step is -1. -1 means we are asking to reverse a string. You got it right, friends? Let me just print it and see. Okay, the last string should be a completely reversed string, friends. Run this now. You can see here. Suppose I change my step to -2. What happens now? Reverse happens, but it increments each character by 2. Run this now. Now you can see here. Okay. So if you mention step as -2, that reversing is done by incrementing each character by 2, or the index incrementing index by 2. Suppose if I put 3, right, this is same like type 3 range function. But range produces range of values. Here we are applying a slice here. Okay, run this now. See, I think there is a small typo here. Let me add that. Run it. See, this is how reversing works, friends, are mixed. Suppose when you are by default, it chooses from positive to negative. That's fine. If you are doing from negative to from I mean this -4 to 0 or -3 to 2, something in reverse order, when you are extracting a reverse string, make sure you pass a step here. That will work. If you don't pass step, it won't work. It won't do the reverse. Just remember that in mind, friends. And also one more is, what is that? One more last thing we do here. Print of colon 1. I mean 2. What this does? So S1 of colon 2. This is again printing a slice in a normal order, regular string, but we are applying a step here to increment each character, each index by 2. Okay, run this now. See, started with B, but skipped I. Started with again it took D, skipped A. So it increments each character by 2. If it is a positive, this thing, if you are printing left to right, a string from normal order or from left to right. You got it right, friends? So these are the hacks of slicing. I believe you got a clear picture on this. Yes, friends? Got clarity here how to extract slice with index, negative index, and then a part of strings or substrings, extracting a string, first part of a string or middle part or something, or extracting slices, breaking down a string into slices, and other hacks where we can skip providing index, right? All that, and how to reverse a string just by applying slicing, right? Or what is the purpose of step here? How we can apply step with slicing? All this here, friends. But this step, it's very rare we use, except in a reverse scenario, completely reversing a string, right? In a complete reverse string. In most of the times, I don't think we apply more of these things, friends. More of this, except for maybe if you are doing on numeric data. That too, it's very rare that we apply. Right? At least in my experience, I'm saying. Maybe for you, it might be a different case in data engineering, but these are definitely applied when you are working with your data. Slicing is something which is definitely needed when you are playing your own data. All of you are clear on this, friends? Clear? So I stop here today. Yeah, I think we are recording this. Good with this? Clear? Any questions? Any questions, friends? I tried to cover up what we missed in today's session. So we almost covered that time thing, missed out time. And extremely sorry because there was a hiccup with network today somehow. So it happens so sometimes, all of you know that. Yeah, this is the idea about slicing. Tomorrow we start with string functions and we also try to solve some problems. And then that gives you overall a bigger picture. And definitely that make you hands-on as well, friends. If you have any questions, just let me know. Like, that's all. We'll stop here. Clear now? So I'm stopping recording.